We are tired. Let us go for the We are ready.
For us to respect time, we are not time wasters.
We are ready to proceed. Let us go to court. We don't want this.
We are 39 minutes away. We are ready. It's okay. The matter was fixed at 8. Tell him that the matter was okay. Maybe
We are waiting for you. You have to proceed alone. We are going to we know.
you said you were already tired.
We have overstood here and we don't have a
Maybe the invasion is going. We shall not. We are here. When we get tired, we are going to see the time.
We are not going anywhere. We are setting the rules of God.
He wants to see the what's coming. He wants to see the was to be clear as the gate.
It is us to wait for the
That's true. Yes, we can applicate. No. There's one applicant. There's a tick to the
Yes, we are 40. We are 40 lawyers here. Have this list.
Someone is coming.
Kindly have this list of 40.
There's someone joining us now.
Please.
Hey, he's there. No, Bobi.
Not mayor. No, to avoid having non-lawyers, or those who are not lawyers joining you or your group, how should we proceed? Not the mayor.
No, what we can do, it's okay. We can agree if you want to read out the names.
Yes.
We can stand here. Whoever you read, we stand here.
No.
We stand here. After reading, we gas a team.
To confirm and we.
Yes,
This is the Kenyan.
yes, I've done it. Okay. Thank you. Let's raise the shell. She's around. He's there. We assemble this, the 40. Let's go. We have ready.
Ronald Samuel Wanda is around. Chief Michael. Reminder, if you are not on the list and your phone is like vote.
Yep.
How are you? By the way, and it's right. The proceedings today, but all I can tell you, we are glad that we are united more than ever before to deal with the madness here at the General Court Martial. You can see this is a real kangaroo court. These are not proceedings of a court of law. You can see the environment is not conducive for dispensation of justice. Whatever is happening here, we have said before and we want to repeat it, is a travesty of justice, it's a mockery of justice, it's a violation of our constitution and all international instruments regarding fair trial, fair hearing and administration of justice. The team from across Africa, we are very, very much appreciative, and we are determined to push for the clearance of all the lawyers coming from other jurisdictions to beef up our team. They wanted to frustrate us, to suffocate the process, to stop the Honorable Martha Karua here from leading the team. But we are determined, as you witnessed today, we insisted the proceedings will not continue unless the legal counsel has been cleared. From here, we are going to design more. We are retreating back. After here, we are retreating back as a team and leaders to work out and weave out other measures of ensuring that we get our legal counsel cleared. The law council must understand one thing. This is East Africa. The law council must understand one thing. Dr. Besigye and Obed have got the right to legally, and this is a non-derogable right under the Constitution. We are not changing the position. The legal counsel, Martha Karua, will continue to lead us until we get justice. That is it. No retreat, no surrender. Thank you. Mulabye ebigenda maaso wano gye bayita katemba mu kooti, siwali bwenkanya. Mubalabye abalamuzi bwe batudde eri nga abalamuzi, naye eyeefudde judge advocate ye yeeyita ng'omulamuzi, atuuse n'agamba n'ogamba ye kyasalawo kye kisembayo. In fact, judge advocate ye mulamuzi. N'oli prosecutor atuuse n'okugamba abo bonna mubagambe tebaddamu n'okwogera ku musango, tebakola ki, kwegamba ng'olaba nti kooti si kooti naye kangalu. Ne tuli bamativu nti tuli wamu ng'ekitole nga bwe mutulabye wano. Jo statement eyakoleddwa tugyeyanza nnyo, nga tiimu ekulembeddemu leader of opposition wano, ng'ekulembeddwa mu leadership ya NUP n'abakulembeze abalala, Jeno baani bonna ffenna abali wano. Naye tiimu eyavudde ebweru ey'abannamateeka tugyeyanziza nnyo. Olwaleero Martha Karua ali wano, tugambye kooti nti ya Dr. Besigye n'Obed be balina right mu ssemateeka okusala wani akulembera tiimu. Tetulina leader mulala, Honorable Martha Karua. Tweyanza nnyo ne Nana Kovi all the way from Angola ne council from Kenya n'abalala abagenda okujja, era tugenda kati mu law council okote ne agencies endala zonna zituyambeko. Tulina okufuna certificate ya Martha Karua mu mbeera yonna omusango guno okugenda maaso, kubanga ye lead counsel waffe, ate era nga n'emisango bagamba pisto bazisanga ne Dr. Besigye mu Kenya, bagamba bagiriza Athens Ruda, olwaki ogoba baleera abaava ebweru nga Dr. Besigye.
The International Human Rights Day. This was after the UN General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is so profound that on a day like this, when we are meant to be celebrating and ensuring that the human rights of all individuals in this our country are respected, we are here because of a violation of human rights of Dr. Besigye. As NUP, we have had several of our supporters that have been persecuted by this court and several other opposition leaders. Now it is Dr. Besigye. We are saying we are united against this injustice, and that's why we are here to say no to this injustice, to say human rights must be respected. It is not okay, and they want to make it okay that they can persecute some of us and the rest of us move on as if it's business as usual. No. And we're calling upon all Ugandans out there. This should actually not just be a matter of the opposition. Some colleagues in the NRM have been persecuted, arrested and so on. So any lover of human rights in this our country, any lover of peace should be behind the quest to see that we clip the wings of this military court. It should cease to operate the way it does. Olunaku olwaleero mu nsi yonna tujjukira ekiyitibwa International Human Rights Day, kubanga UN General Assembly yagazetinga olunaku luno. Kitegeeza nti tuba tulina kubanga tujaguza nti eddembe ly'obuntu litwalibwa ng'ekikulu, naye tuli wano ku lunaku luno olwa International Human Rights Day kubanga ate eddembe ly'abannaffe abamu lityoboolebwa eddembe lya Dr. Besigye, Haji Obed Kamulegeya ne bannayuganda abalala abazze batulugunyizibwa kkooti eno. Kirungi ndi ffe nga ab'opposition tuzze katutandise okukwatira awamu ku nsonga zino tugamba nti bwe munaatulugunya omu ku ffe ffenna kijja tukwatako, kubanga kyekize kitubeerako ffenna abawagizi baffe nga NUP bazze batulugunyizibwa kkooti eno ne bannayuganda abalala. Era nga tukuba omulanga eri bannayuganda tewetaaga kubeerawo opposition n'aba NRM namwe bajja batulugunya olunaku lwammwe lujja kutuuka bwe mutaasitukiremu ne mugaa nti eddembe ly'abannansi lirina okuteekebwa mu nkola era okutwalibwa ng'ekikulu. Mwebale nnyo.
That in the strongest terms possible, and we have urged the chairman of this military tribunal that if this is not to be projected as the kangaroo military tribunal it is, then they should restrain members of the UPDF from abducting members of our team. That is not the first threat against members of our team. We have been ignoring some signs of intimidation or directed towards the defense team, and we shall continue to ignore those methods, but we must assert the right of the accused to a fair hearing, to a fair representation, to dignified treatment, to their liberties as guaranteed by the 1995 Ugandan Constitution. And we are not intimidated, we are not bullied. We shall come here in this military barracks surrounded by soldiers and continue to do the work of representing our people. We have also the grievance of being denied where to sit. Most of our lawyers today were not able even to get seats, and we have not even concluded the issue of representation because both the military tribunal is in cahoots with Museveni and the Law Council of Uganda, and illegally trying to block the visiting jurists from Kenya from representing Besigye, contrary to his sacrosanct right to choose who represents him as a lawyer, how many lawyers represent him. So we are going to continue fighting these battles on all fronts. There is an all-out legal war against the injustice that has been meted out against our clients, and we shall keep you posted. Thank you very much.
Okay, very briefly.
Oh, sorry. I want to give you space.
I want to first salute the Ugandan opposition for the solidarity. Ugandan members of the bar, that is the legal councils, who have teamed up to represent Kizza Besigye and Mr. Lutale. That solidarity is needed in the wake of aggression and dictatorial tendencies. Now, you have witnessed for yourself for the longest time when we started this press conference, a military police vehicle standing here with the siren on to obstruct. It has now moved away. You can see it has not gone anywhere. It is now neatly parked. Why couldn't they park to give us silence before? These are the forms of aggression happening daily, from obstruction to access. Yes, I was denied the certificate to practice by the Law Council. I am contesting that, not for myself. As my colleagues have said, what we are pushing is the right of Dr. Kizza Besigye and Mr. Lutale to have a team of lawyers of their choice and to have a lead counsel of their choice. That is what we shall be pushing, and that is what the Law Council must consider. Not about me, but the right to counsel and counsels of choice. I want to say that beyond counsel of choice, even with the denial of the license, I appeared today as a jurist from Jumuiya to observe the proceedings. And because I remain a lawyer, whether the Law Council approves my license or not, I am at liberty to wear my attire to identify myself as a lawyer. And therefore I came robed. My robes are not a criminal offense. My robes are a result of the training I have had. And nobody can strip me of my robes unless if I commit a criminal offense, which I have not. We are here today joined by a fellow jurist from Kenya. Let him just say his name and one word, and then a jurist from Angola will identify herself.
Kieme Gesheru is my name, an advocate of the High Court in Nairobi. I have put in my application to the Law Council to be enjoined into this matter. And we are going to follow it up until it is done. We are going to comply, we are going to appeal, we are going to push until it is granted. There's an issue that I'd like to address. Being in Jumuiya, we are very intertwined. There's something that has started happening in Nairobi, which we never had seen. Masked men abducting people at night, and we have had many killings in Nairobi, having masked men roam around during protests. Now we've realized where the source is. And that's why we are here, to root it out from the source. We have never seen this in Nairobi. We have never seen this since the regime back in Nairobi started. But it's been here. And this is why we are here, to root out this ill in society. Kieme Gisheru.
Kieme Gisheru.
Kieme Gisheru.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
A word from my sister from Angola, a human rights jurist from Angola.
Hi everyone. I came here as an observer for this trial, this court session. As you may be aware, trial observation is an instrument to ensure human rights to fair trial and access to justice. So I will not get into the details of the session, but I would also add that my presence is a sign of solidarity, is a sign of there is a need for us as human rights defenders in Africa to join and be together, raise our voices, be creative as well, and stand up against brutality, against authoritarian regimes, and defend the rule of law, which is the basis for guarantee human rights. So my presence here is to support all those lawyers, professionals, human rights defenders, but also be before the court and make the court accountable to the principles of the rule of law. Thank you.
Okay, finally, I just want to say to the Law Council, kindly, no double standards. If you could allow the President, Yoweri Museveni, to bring Kaminwa from Kenya, Dr. Kaminwa, my senior, for a civil matter, a criminal matter is more serious than a civil matter. That involves the life and liberty of Dr. Besigye and Mr. Lutale. No double standards. What's good for the goose is also good for the gander. Let them review their decision. We expect that they will not apply double standards.
If you look at Swahili,
Hiyo tu imetosha. Watu wa Kiswahili
basazeewo okuyita lawyers bonna nga mmwe mubarabye ate nga baagala Honorable Martha Karua ave Kenya abe nga yabakulembera state ekirabika nti ekyo tekyagala kirabika oba abo bali mu Law Council bakulira ebigere, they are slow in making a decision. Ekintu ekitandibaleetedde 2021 lwali nga bawoza omusango ogwa ebyava mu kulondo kwa president. Dr. Kaminwa lawyer yali akulembera lawyers be abaali 10 mu namba ava Kenya. Tekuli teeka erimenyeddwa naye bo bali mu bya politics. ekitusanyusiza olwaleero okulaba nti lawyers ku defense baaganye okugenda mu maaso ng'ensonga eyo tenakola ki tenagonjoolwa. Kale Dr. ne Honorable Dr. Besigye ne Haji Obedi Rutare okubeera mu komera si kintu ekyangu, era tubasaasira naye ate tubasanyukira okulaba nti bagumidde ebizibu by'okusigala mu komera, naye okulaba nti prince
My name is Evagelius. I'll be addressing this honorable tribune on the issue of the leadership of the team much later. But permit me, Mr. Chairman, introduce to you. One of our colleagues will substantiate on that because it's a matter of concern for our legal team. We also have Edwin Kafura, Bowe Ivan, Apollo Katumba is here. And before you are three visiting jurists. That is Margaret Nangapovi from Angola. And also, Gisheru Kiremo from Kenya. And Mr. Chairman, last but not least, our team leader, the Deputy Council, Martha Karua. Mr. Chairman, there are two issues we really need to address. The arrangement in this court, because the way we are seated, and I can't even say we are seated, some of our colleagues can see, they can't execute their duties effectively under such circumstances when they are standing. And we need to confer from time to time on how to deal with the matter. So, is that housekeeping matter which we thought have been addressed prior to the commencement of the proceedings. Unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, you can see we are really disjointed the way we are seated. And we needed to act as a team because we have all been instructed to deal with this matter be addressed. The second issue, Your Worship, is in regard to the leading council. The last time we appeared here, we are still pursuing, Mr. Chairman, regarding her practicing certificate be able to have audience before this honorable tribunal. It's actually on that account that this honorable tribunal deemed it necessary to have the proceedings deferred to allow us that time to finalize the process. Where we stand today, the status quo has not changed, Mr. Chairman. There are matters which are still before the Law Council. We have gotten a communication from the Law Council which we would like to share with you, Mr. Chairman, and the response has been made by the senior counsel here. We are waiting their pronouncement of the same or further processes, because we feel this is a matter of great concern to not only the accused persons, but also this honorable tribunal, given its centrality on the constitutional processes in this country effectively. And one of the tools they require effectively to prepare their defense. We are still in the process of having our legal team fully constituted, because right now our legal and there are two issues that have been raised by the Law Council. The other issue they raised that they have no precedent of this nature where they want to establish whether indeed representation by jurists from a different jurisdiction is restricted to civil matters, because that is a chairman. I also advise that the court had read newspapers. So it's the reason I was laying the foundation for this case. I thought court acts on evidence, and I wanted to submit this report for record. Allow me to submit this document together with the response given by the Honorable Martha Karua. These documents for record purposes. The response is here, Mr. Chairman, if you may, for record purposes. So the long and short of it, Mr. Chairman, as I sum up my submissions, the accused persons are still in the process of constituting their legal team, and this is what we are still dealing with. And it's an inalienable right, a non-derogable right under our Constitution, that they must be accorded the right to fair hearing. They must be accorded facilities to be able to adequately and effectively prepare their defense. So we are still at that stage, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. I beg to submit and a couple of other issues. I beg to submit, Mr. Chairman.
Cheers, actually.